I wake up to the sound of Amber cooking who knows what. I walk quietly into the living room and sit on the couch comfortably peering into the kitchen. I then hear a noise that sounds like an elephant and a snake yelling at one another. I freeze in terror of what might be lurking behind me. I feel something run up my arm making me feel numb and tingly. I scream at the top of my lungs fearing the worst. You fail. I hear a faint voice behind me and say at a rasped tone. Fail what? I retort knowing it was Tara behind me. I turn around to look at her directly in her light green eyes. Tara swings a rubber snake over her shoulder and stares right back at me. When there is a snake you stop moving and let it pass, replies Tara scowling at me. I watch her move towards the kitchen making her red hair swish. Once I recover from Tara's attack, I turn the TV on. I pout no good channels? Amber's sudden voice scares me into a ball. Oh, I am so sorry, Sky, I didn't mean to scare you. Amber's sweet voice calms me down, so I uncomb myself. Made your favorite, she says, as she hands me a plate of pancakes and toast. Thank you, I squeak before I devour the toast. No problem, is Amber's sweet reply. I quietly watch Amber put some mesquite wood into the fireplace and light it with her hands. The smell of mesquite wood fills my lungs, so I can't help but smile. I hear an alarm go off and watch as Amber suddenly gets tense. Sky, outside now, Amber yells at me as the sound of the alarm gets louder. I rarely went outside, and even if I did, I didn't go past the fence, but I knew that Amber wanted me to go past that by a whole lot. I listen to her and rush outside into the daylight. I stop by the fence for a good 2 seconds before running past it. I almost cry as I rush into the forest to the point that I can't see the comfy little cottage in which I called home. I trip over a tree branch that was laying on the ground. I sit up to catch my breath and brush myself off. I then hear a rustle in a nearby snailberry bush. I carefully walk over to the bush and move it to the side. I see a young girl about my age with her bright blue hair pinned up in a crown braid. Hi, I'm Misty, a water elemental. Who are you? Oh wait, let me get you something. Misty runs off leaving me by myself. I stand in pure shock as I stare after her. She soon comes back with a handful of whistale flowers, handing 2 to me. You asked my name earlier, and it's Sky, I say, taking a sip of the sweet juice of the whistale flower. Oh right, nice to meet you, Sky. Misty gleams brightly. I can't help but smile at her. Misty smiles back before dragging me deeper into the woods. Where are we going? I ask, halfway out of breath. To Cakecliff Falls, of course. Misty responds energetically. I tug Misty slightly, making her stop. Is something wrong, bestie? I stare at Misty shyly. What is Cakecliff Falls? I ask, trying to understand. Misty stares at me with a thoughtful look on her face. Are you a human? Her question makes me giggle slightly. No, why would you think I'm a human? I ask, snorting quietly. Well, only humans would not know that Cakecliff Falls is a city. Misty responds, looking up at the puffy white clouds in the sky. I don't read much. Misty blinks at me before nodding. For some time, the two of us travel quietly through the forest. So why? I look at Misty confused. Why what? Misty turns to me. Why do you live here in the forest? I stare at a nearby tree blankly. I guess I was scared of what was outside my safe home. I drawl on the syllable home, facing Misty again. Oh, I'll show you around then. I giggle at her enthusiasm. I would love you to show me about. I gleam at her, she smiles brightly at me, as we wander outside the forest. I gasp in awe at the petite community in front of me. Like what you see? I look at Misty, who was admiring as well. Yep. It seems to be the only response I can pull off. This is Glow Town. Her voice sounds like a bird tweeting in a language I could understand. I can't seem to find words to make a response. If you like this, you'll love Cakecliff Falls. I stare at her, questioning with the expression I make. She just smiles at me, dragging me down the hill towards the village. Why are we here? I wait to ask this question until we walk up to a small 2-story house. We need a ride and DJ has the perfect thing for us. I shy behind her when she knocks on the door. A young man opens the green door, his blonde hair tucked beneath a blue baseball cap. His blue eyes glisten in the sunlight. I almost didn't notice because I hid further behind Misty. "Oh, Misty, what can I do for ya?" Misty gave a friendly smile. "Hi, we need to borrow your squallet." DJ nods, walking past us and into the backyard. We follow to see a strange creature eating the grass. "When you're done, tell him to go home." The creature snuggles against DJ. Misty thanked DJ, helping me onto the red furry creature. Its head turns backwards to look at me. "Ah, he likes you." I try not to tremble as I pet the thing's head. Misty pulls herself up onto the squallet, making her blue crown braid leap. "How'd you meet him?" Misty steers us down an open path. "Can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I've known him since I was 3. Her eyes shine as I watch the forever stretching horizon. "How old?" Misty looks at me. 18. The squallet's skinny tree-like legs made the ride smooth. "And you?" 12. "Hey, I'm 12 too." She smiles, a cheeky smile on her face. The squallet jolts, causing me to grab Misty's waist in panic. She laughs at me. The squallet turns its head to look at me. "I'm fine," I mutter, my face heating up in embarrassment. The squallet faces forwards again and continues through the grassy field. "So how far is it?" Misty hands me a tattered map of Sokomora. "We're here." She points at a piece of the map. "And our destination." Her finger glides across the map, pointing at a labeled part that says Cakeliff Falls. "Takes 4 hours." I try to hide my disappointment. "Well, I'm going to take us down the river, which only takes 2. I feel the color of my face drain. "This thing can't hold us and swim." Misty laughs, smiling brightly. "Duh, that's why I'm going to use my water abilities." I let out a sigh of relief. At least we wouldn't drown with Misty around.